Chapter 1. Gulliver. Smoke filled the air as another explosion cracked against the weakened shields over Agadoon.
"Get down!"
Toby ran at Gulliver, smashing into him and sending them both to the cobblestones. The building behind them erupted, raining down rocks and rubble on their heads. Toby covered him with his body. Breath wheezed in Gully's lungs as he stared up at the hole in Agadoon's shield, a shield of magic that was supposed to be impenetrable. But this wasn't magic. At least, not in the Fae sense. The humans' technology had proven to be more powerful than even Tia's magic.
"You okay?"
Toby yelled in his ear. But the ringing in Gulliver's own ears drowned out his voice as Toby climbed off him.
"We have to get cover."
Gully's voice wasn't loud enough, but he couldn't seem to yell, not amidst the chaos of the battle. Toby yanked him to his feet, and they took off running.
"Gully, I could use your magic."
Griff waved him toward the library. Gully stumbled after him.
"How?"
No one ever needed the defensive powers of the Dark Fae, except now it was still more than what the Half-Fae had. They reached the library that held every bit of magic known to Fae kind. If they lost this, well, Gully wasn't sure if the library could be destroyed, but he didn't want to find out. He'd seen what the burning of a spell did. It no longer existed. They'd destroyed the marriage bonds that way, and now every other power that existed in their world was at risk. By bringing Agadoon to the human realm as a place of refuge, they may have doomed magic itself.
"We have to protect the library."
Griff lifted his hands, creating a shield between them. The moon had only barely risen in the sky, so his power would grow, but for now, it had to be enough.
"I need you to focus on your magic, Gully, like you never have before. There's a chance we could use it to buy us more time."
Gulliver concentrated. Dark Fae magic was like a built-in armor. It was just there. But now he needed to extend that protection as far as he could. He couldn't do it on his own. His power didn't work that way. Griff had to try to pull it from him, using his own magic to turn that of the Dark Fae into something more useful. An explosion sounded behind him, followed by Xavier's screaming orders.
"Everyone down."
Griff didn't move.
"Not us, Gulliver."
"Dad." A tear leaked from his eye as he fought to strengthen Griffin's shield, to hold on to the thread of power feeding into his father. It was like nothing he'd ever felt before. The raw power of his defensive magic seared his chest, flooding his body with a strange energy.
"Hold on, Gully."
Griff shouted over the explosions from the human weapons. But he didn't know how this worked.
"I can't hold it."
He grappled with the power he didn't know how to control.
"Yes, you can. You have to."
He gritted his teeth, letting loose a roar as his muscles contracted and Griff pulled the magic from him, somehow boosting his own. Gully had been to war before, but this time was different. When the Fae battled, they were on mostly even footing, magic against magic. The humans had the power to wipe them from the face of their world with weapons they'd never seen, and they wanted that more than anything. A plane came into view over the village, and Gully could hear the Half-Fae leaders shouting to those who'd come to fight, but he couldn't make out what they were saying. Someone sprinted toward them, and Gully sensed Brandon's magic the moment he joined forces with Griffin in protecting the library. The three of them were the only ones with any kind of significant power in this village, but the village itself did its best to deflect the raining fire from the violent human weapons. They'd barely seen any human warriors, but the humans didn't need to come out to fight when they had what Xavier called bombs and missiles.
"Keep going."
Brandon's voice was calm, certain. He gave no indication that he realized he was one of the reasons magic was in danger. If anyone said that to him, he'd most likely respond with the fact that the Half-Fae of L.A. were also mostly still alive because the village had been there to protect them. What's more important, Gulliver? Magic or Fae? He'd always thought they were one and the same. A Fae was nothing without the power they were meant to have. But then, he saw Tia lose it and find herself. He witnessed a kingdom where magic was scarce, but hope was still alive. If this library burned up right now, their way of life would change, but they'd still have those lives. Gulliver turned to Brandon as his father's pull on his magic waned.